So do we finally have someone worthy of being a Jet for life? What's happening, everybody? This is GreenBean. Welcome back to the channel for another video. Today we're going to talk about a beloved, friendly little fella we like to call Quinnen. Oh, don't you love Quinnen Williams? It all started with "Achoo, bless you, thank you." Isn't that something? Come on. The world fell in love with Quinnen Williams that very day. And even though some of us might not have been thinking he should have been the pick at the time, at this point, 9 out of 10 Jets fans absolutely love Quinnen Williams. And we have some good news on the Quinnen Williams front. And we're going to talk about that right after I tell you guys a couple of things. One is, hey, you're here. We're hanging out. Why don't you hit that thumbs up button? Give me the old milk thumbs. Give me the milk thumbs. And if you're hanging out a little bit longer, maybe you want to hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel grow, and we greatly appreciate it. If you're looking for more interesting stuff that we do here, private exclusive stuff, you can join the beanbaggers. Like tonight, we are digging in our private little Zoom hangout room into the interior offensive line with our boy Dom C. The link is in the description. You can join that. And and don't forget about the hydration multiplier. There they are. Well, Liquid IV. It's so blurry with this setting. All right, anyway, Liquid IV, here it is. Little pouches. You put into your bottle of water, and it makes the bottle of water have the hydration impact of 3 bottles of water. It tastes great. It's the best stuff on the market, and you can save 20% by using the promo code GreenBean Jetsfan. The link is in the description. GreenBean Jetsfan, all one word. Save yourself 20% with Liquid IV. Okay, so Quinnen Williams. Why are we talking about Quinnen today? There's nothing going on, is there? Well, there kind of is. Joe Douglas gave his Combine press conference. Yay! The Combine. Who doesn't love Combine week? So much news and interesting. This is the first real time of the offseason where we can legitimately start chewing on some stuff. Yes, the Senior Bowl is really good. We can look at some players, we hear some stuff, we think some things, but the Combine is where it all starts to settle each year for the offseason. Joe Douglas came out and gave his press conference, and he was asked numerous questions, a lot of about, things about quarterbacks and free agents and all those kinds of things. But we heard one question asked about Quinnen Williams. What's going on with Quinnen? Quinnen Williams, who has become arguably the best player on the New York Jets' top 5 defense, is saying politely that he would like a contract extension. Well, he does have 1 more year on the contract, so why the hell are we talking about contract extensions, man? Finish your contract. Well, here's the thing. It's just like anybody going into your employer, right? You get a job, you're hired at a certain pay rate, and you do a really, really good job. And you ask your boss for a raise. You say, hey, man, look, I'm killing it here. I'm crushing it. I'm your best salesman. I would like you to consider maybe paying me more money. I would greatly appreciate it. And a lot of the bosses go, yeah, man, you're right. I hired you at a different scale and you're worth more, so I'm going to pay you more. That's what's going on. Quinnen Williams' 5th year option, which is what we're looking at from his rookie contract, is about $9.5 million. Quinnen Williams is in the range of $18+ million. That's the output we're getting. And he's just saying the right way, hey, I'd like to revisit this. I don't want to hold out. I'm clearly important to the team. I love the Jets. I want to be here. Everything's happy. I just want to do this now. I don't want to wait and make it a big thing. I want the security of a long-term contract. That's the thing. Sure, he can make $9.5 million. That's about half or maybe less than half of what he should be getting paid as far as his output. But even more important than that, he goes into this season and he gets a really serious injury and he loses out on the potential earnings in the future. He wants security with the team, and it would really be a good thing for the Jets to provide that because it speaks volumes. It's an opportunity to speak volumes to the abundance of young, talented players the Jets have right now. The Breeses, the Sauces, the Garretts, all those guys, the AVTs. We want to show them, hey, you do things the right way. You come to work. You don't complain. You bust your ass. You're effective. You're going to get taken care of right here. It's an opportunity on both ends to really make this a positive situation. Well, what does Joe Douglas say about Quinnen Williams? Joe Douglas has been asked these questions every single year, whether it's Jamal Adams, whether it's Sam Darnold, whether it's Marcus May, and he always has the same demeanor about him. He goes, well, look, we love Sammy. He's a great player. He's a warrior. We blah, 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 blah. We're going to do everything we can. Jamal, the plan is for him to be a Jet for life. He's a stud. And he has this same kind of monotone-esque presentation about these types of scenarios. When talking about Quinnen, he got all happy. His eyebrows went up. He smiled. And he said this in a completely different tone than we're used to seeing. We've had several good discussions with Nicole. First name basis with the agent. You got to love that. They're buds. We're chit-chatting with Nicole and Quinnen since the season, Douglas said. We feel really good about where we're at. We feel good that this process is going to play out in the right way. Now, Joe Douglas is never going to give you firm anything. He's kind of well versed in how not to tell you stuff while speaking, right? He just doesn't tell you anything. This is about as much as we're going to get, and it was resoundingly positive considering what we know about Joe Douglas. It looks like Quinnen is going to be retained, extended in time to make the optics land positively as opposed to some holdout and baloney, just nitpicking about this or that and, dragging it out into the season and Quinnen's holding out. We don't want any of that stuff. We want to put this to bed positively, move on, keep your best player, send the message, and everybody's happy. Now, let me just point out one of the reasons why we want to keep Quinnen. He was tied with Chris Jones, the great Chris Jones from the Kansas City Chiefs, who had 15 and a half sacks, 11 from the inside. Quinnen did that in 142 less pass rushing snaps. He tied him with 142 less snaps. Do you see it? Quinnen Williams ended up playing about 68% of the snaps this year. Yes, we were all pissed off when we heard about 70%, but it looks like it's working. Imagine if Quinnen was getting the Aaron Donald 95% or whatever that is. Imagine. Now, who knows? Maybe it's going to elongate his career. It's all good. In 68%, Quinnen was tied. He had 48 quarterback hits, numerous pressures, blocked field goals, in 55 tackles, 35 of which were solo. He's the guy you want to keep. You want to build around certain players, and it looks like we're going to do that. Let me know how you feel. Are you one of those people that want to trade Quinnen now that he's got value or anything like that? You wouldn't be alone. I'm hearing it all the time. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Joe Douglas tipped his hand a little bit? And let us know. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. With that all said, let's go into Combine Week with a whole head of steam, baby. And we'll talk about some more goodies. And as always, go Jets.